Hey guys, this is part one of this week's weekly video update, This Week in Raid. Hey guys, so finally he sleeps back. Didn't have weekly videos last week. It just was too busy a week. This week, there's been no live streams. It's just, again, the month of May is insane for me because of my day jobs. So things have kind of been on hold, and it's been a otherwise let's just say it's been a very hectic week with a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. So we are taking a look at the Vault Hunter Wixwell Vault Keeper Wixwell fusion is releasing right now. We are about to see it go live. It is a fusion, not a fragment event. There are two other champions that we have to deal with as part of this. We have the Void, Teryx the Restless, and we also have right here the Force champion from Sylvan Watchers, Arwid Quivergrass. God, that is an awesome name. Arwid Quivergrass. Wow. Yeah, normally we rename some of these champions because it's fun and we come up with some crazy shit for what we're gonna call them. But Arwid Quivergrass needs no new name. For her, she brings, has a 50% chance of stealing a random buff on her A1, so no big deal. AoE before attacking removes all debuffs from this champion. 75% chance of removing a random buff from all enemies. Damage increases by 30%. Will ignore Unkillable. And she is an attack champion. She ignores Unkillable. Passive champions increase. Accuracy is increased by 50 if they have no active debuffs. And she has a 30% in faction crips. So, I guess for faction wars, halfway decent. The only one here that really is kind of interesting is the ignoring Unkillable buffs. You can see some utility for that one, but overall, not too exciting. And as far as this one goes, as a rare, let's see, one enemy increase accuracy, AoE, 50% chance of provoke, strengthen, and counterattack on this champion only for 2 turns, fully booked 3-turn cooldown. Again, I mean, if you needed it for faction wars, I guess, but overall, the under champions really aren't that exciting for this. But it's a 2-week, 1 day to be able to get rid of, or well, it's just over 2 weeks to be able to fuse him. The event will not last quite that long. We have here out of the gate Champion Chase releasing in 19 hours, Dragon Tournament, champion training, and the Dungeon Divers is already live. So I wouldn't start doing anything for Dungeon Divers until the champion training and or Dragon Tournament in 11 minutes comes out. Champion Chase right out of the gate is much easier for me than it is when we have a like a shard pulling event, Summon Rush, because with Champion Chase, we'll be able to double down on Champion Chase with the Champion Training event, because you can pull some rares and uncommons out of the campaign run. I mean, it's usually not a lot, but depending upon what we're pulling from the campaign, you can make a pretty big dent out of Champion Chase. If you have stuff sitting, like this will be finally my reason to claim Dream Song, and just, that's an automatic legendary to be able to pull for the Champion Chase. And doing Champion Chase first also gives you a better idea of what you're going to need for Summon Rush late in the event. So they've kind of set this up so that it should be a little bit easier as compared to what we've had in a last couple of these fusions, where it's been a little bit more difficult to come away with anything. We can't exactly see what's required. We can here with dungeon divers, and dungeon divers, we've got point structures about the same. 3,700 for the rare. It will definitely be doable. It's going to come down to what else happens. Dungeon divers is 3 days long. We've got dragon is going to be an easy push for dungeon divers, and then depending upon what else comes next, we'll have to wait until the calendar is released. At this point, I haven't seen the calendar to see what's coming next, but with the way these fusion works, it always comes down to your intelligence with holding your resources and making the most of what you have. So champion chase, don't go blowing all of your shards for champion chase. Be smart. Champion chase allows you to gain points through campaign and through the ability to fuse champions and stuff that you cannot use during summon rush. And remember, you can get lucky. So using your ancients during champion chase is a better idea for a lot of people, depending upon where your shift is, because those ancients can give more points because out of the luck factor. They only have a minimum value in the summon rush. You only get the points for using an ancient, whereas in champion chase, those ancients have the ability to give you the same points that a sacred would if you pull an epic or a legendary. So you got to think about it and go into it to make sure that you have the points available for the final summon rush, because you know exactly how many you're going to get. 500 points for every sacred in summon rush. So if you have 6 sacreds saved up, generally you can complete summon rush, but those 6 sacreds, if you waste them in champion chase, they may only be worth the same equivalent of maybe 25 ancients. So just be intelligent with your shards here, the way this thing is set up. That's the big deal, is the Wixwell fusion for the month of May. I am 100% definitely getting him. He is going to be a monster in Hydra. Check out the Hydra monster video that I just put out for Wixwell if you haven't already seen it. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with in multiple areas of the game, specifically because we're the ones that build him. You did it through voting. That's it for this week. This week in Raid. This is part 1, 2, and 3 will be FC Mobile related, and those are for site and channel members and then top tier supporters, so check those out as well. Appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm Finally He Sleeps. As long as you guys keep showing up, I'll keep making videos. Hope you enjoyed this week in Raid. Make sure you check out my other channels as well. We've got the FC Mobile channel over there, clear on that side. And then my main YouTube channel, which is all Gearheads, car-related stuff. And then Cringeworthy for a few laughs, where we make fun of the alpha male culture. Thanks a lot, guys. Until the next one.